I'm clearly sick or something. But also, I noticed that in the time that I've been gone, pretty useless to say that I'll be back in a few moments because most of you will be watching this in a pre-recorded VOD form. So, yeah. Anyway, here I am. Hello, hi. So, we're gonna just begin Act 6, Act 5. And it starts with some sound and a thingamajigger. Let's see, is it just sound on? Nope. Okay, we're gonna see some shit. Let's go. Oh, I could freestyle to this beat. I could do it easily. Beat. This would be a great time to finish my tea, so I'm gonna do it. Fuck! No, whatever. Is this a bonus thing? No, it's a repeat. At least I assume. But, so nice of you to join me. To join me for my masterpiece? Also, hold on. Is this a Vine? Are you shitting me? The fucking Vine logo. Good God. The fruits of my artistic toils are finally at hand. You're welcome in advance for the narrative majesty you are about to witness. It costs literally millions of calcoins to produce, as well as most of my attention span for any further creative endeavors, but you will probably agree tearfully that it is worth all of this expense and more to see my tiny actors of living putty dance. Get ready to get dazzled as I fucking destroy the transcendental boundaries of unconventional media. You know what? Hold on. Let's just do this because we can find the word.
Transcendental.
Transcendental. See? There you go. Transcendental. It's a fucking syllable word. Anyway. That juju chest shouldn't be moving. Sorry, I bumped it. Let us begin. The tale of my masterpiece describes is basically a spoiler to the ending of things. It takes place in a future moment, long beyond when we, you, or I have any business seeing what happens. Or long beyond, yeah. But I found out and learned of this spoiler. I saw it once on one of my planet's many screens. The land of colors, the land of mayhem. It knows all. It will show anything to any man who is willing to find the right key. And it turns out that just such a man is the man that is me. So I will show you what I saw. Not with the crude two-dimensional shapes from my computer pencil, but with the lavish 2+ dimensional forms of my groundbreaking clay puppets. Behold, as I innovate objects of artistic expression, which you trashy fuckmunchers never thought to pioneer before in a million years. Here's a shot of me bowing in advance for being great. I'm gonna sneeze again and I just feel it. I don't know what the hell is going on. Ah yes, movie magic at its best. No, but these are vines. These are just straight up vines. They have music and everything. I don't understand Vine as a platform, but it's here, I guess. I will tell you what I saw on the screen. Believe me when I say that it happened precisely as I show you here, shot for shot. This takes place after I get the magic rainbow eyes, and yet, Still before I am huge and wear a dapper trench coat for winters. But as you can see, at this point in my rise to dominant invincibility, I am feeling pretty chuffed about myself. My power is sick, and my special eyeballs are gnarly as can be. Excuse me. I would tell you... I would tell you I can hardly wait to be this cool, but as you know, I am a man of patience and aplomb. Also, look closely. These nuts. It's not these nuts. There's no these. I've got my juju chest there, which I will win as some choice booty for victoriously slaughtering my denizens. King Yaldobob. Or, for slaughtering my denizen, not my denizens. My denizen, King Yaldobob. Inside is a mighty weapon, which will come into play a little later, in my theater of wobbling puppet drama. Actually, what's the music here? Oh, it's the same. Whatever. In my theater of wobbling puppet drama, it's like they say about the theater. If you see a juju in Act 1, then the juju will probably be used right away in Act 1, to make everything more exciting, as soon as possible. Also, which I should mention, one more banner piece of swag in my possession. I'm not sure how I come about this later. Much like the clockwork lasers and primo fashion jacket, it's a ring that found its way into me somehow. To me somehow. A golden ring of void. It becomes mine one day. The most beautiful thing. I never knew I always wanted, yet somehow preemptively coveted. Okay. It lets me stay close to the darkness, to vanish and appear again, in places I have no business fucking with. Full of plump and meaty people, alive and living, who one day will plead with the gods, begging them to curse my name. Here I am, lording it over my minions. He's lording it over them. The classic honk friend, my rabbit pal for life, and my floppy puppet buddy. I'm bossing them around, being the shit, as always. Whatever. When suddenly, 8 assholes snugged up in their goofy pajamas appear out of nowhere for some wrestling royale with yours truly. They all steal a ride with the windprick snappy ghost magic to catch me unawares. It worked, judging from my skull expression. I was really surprised. But then, my skull turns giddy and sinister because I know in my heart that truly they are about to get owned. They are all frisky and ready to fight. I can tell they are psyched about this, like they've been planning it and biding their time. And now they think they are strong enough to overtake me, if only because of the surprisingness of their ambush. And maybe they are even right. Maybe they could beat me. They have a lot of fighting levels and magic boons now, just like me. But see, I don't even give them the chance. Like I said, I have a superior weapon. The high ground. No. And I see no reason not to use it right away. What would be a fucking point in holding out? What? Okay, sure. Suspense? Bullshit. I pulled out the big guns nigh instantaneously because I think like a great winner. But like most things that are good, the thing has limitations and rules and stuff. All jujus have rules. The cooler the juju, the trickier the rules. For one thing, this weapon could only be used against 4 guys at a time, because its shape has, like, 4 slots or something. So I choose my targets carefully. I select the 4 of these jokers who I deem the greatest threat to me. The blue Philistine with the belligerent fists, of course. So he can't own me again with hurtful insults to my art, and also the alpha male in his smooth ways. Say goodbye to him too. I couldn't risk messing with his sword, which I understand to be the only thing in reality that is poison to my invincibility because of an illegal ingredient. A white round circle of total knowledge. Oh, I targeted their 2 corresponding females as well, because why not? The dog one is a nightmare of powers, and the orange one perturbs me with her dictionary blither. Blither? Blyther? What, I don't even know. Let's find out through the power of the internet.
Blither.
Yeah, blither. Good riddance to bad teens, and just like that, they were gone. Their souls were trapped in my juju forever and ever and ever. No. This solves one problem for me, but starts another, see? The juju, when its shapes are filled, changes in nature. It stops being a weapon I can use ever again. It's weird and a bit lame, but you can't be too picky about awesome jujus. You have to take the good with the bad. Once I used it, it became mysteriously intangible. Like a hole, a gape. Fuck me. A gap in the teeth of my story that now exists as a dangerous liability to me personally. It can only ever be used as a weapon against me from now on. Such is what YOLO Broth, the great lewd snake, will tell me about the juju when we met. So after using it... Wait, what? Oh, it's a future scene. Okay, sure. So after using it, it made me nervous. So in the blink of an eye, I trapped it back in the chest and banished it away where no one would ever find it. Deep in the bowels of the furthest ring, using my ring-based communion with the void. Poof. Good luck digging that one up, haters. It is never going to happen. With the first 4 banished, the team of heroes was cut in half to be much easier for me to devastate. A smutty swordsman, an underpants wimp, and 2 flippant bimbos? I would call it a cakewalk, but when you are this cocky and brash, you don't walk, you strut. No matter what kind of dessert you find under your feet. I should also relevantly mention... That just looks like a penis with, like, penis balls? I don't know. I'm still in the possession of the swordsman's juju. The swordsman's juju. His oh, it's a little cow. Wow. I assume. His floppy friend of childhood, the one which I recognize to be an empty husk. He demands from me that he wants it back, presumably for emotional support. I can in no way blame him. Keep an eye on this one. The foreshadowing of him is pretty important for later. Now is when the pummeling begins. The fracas is loud and large. Power levels are off the chart. Some would say they're over 9,000. You can't even follow what's happening with your eyes. I'm mostly toying with them, though. It is all too easy for an ascended lord boy like me. I have a platter full of knuckle sandwiches to go around, plus other human food products you're familiar with, but also involving knuckles to make the punching metaphor work. There is more than enough to satisfy every hungry fist deserver. And I know what you're thinking, that I have a reputation for being a problem of unfair cruelty that goes at silly ladies more than great gentlemen, to which I can take great offense. Or which I take great offense. To which I take great offense. But still, let it be unconditionally accepted that I am a fair man who listens to criticism and works ever and always to improve my masterful craft and my tremendous decency. So, I committed through a pledge of personal beautification to try doing less misogyny and start doing more prosogyny. In fact, I love fucking sogyny. I will fight anyone who disagrees with that. Or disagrees from that. Jesus Christ. Henceforth, look, all bodily terrorism. That says terrorism, yep, I didn't, okay. This is getting a little rapey, but sure. Yeah, okay. Is being dealt in a precisely equal and respectful way, both due to feeble hoe and tip-top gentilite. I'm ruining them, really. I'm slightly uncomfortable. It's not a contest. They are a bunch of pitiful emotion children. Not even emotional. Pitiful emotion children. And I am a premier invincible titan of roughhouse brutality. It is too easy. Speedo Boy is down for the count because I slapped him gingerly. The masked floozy is looking a bit woozy. Haha. The cake maid took one drub too many and has to lie down for an overweight nap. This leaves me mano a mano against the anime prince and his nonsense trousers. It was a pretty good fight between us. Because he's strong, and I admire that. Why shouldn't I let a battle happen for longer? When two tough dudes are involved, strutting their stuff, but in the end, his sharp glasses, sword and machismo weren't enough. I got the surprise drop on his beautiful body with my wrestling moves. My overconfidence was my Achilles' downfall, though. I made, admittedly, the amateur's boner. I turned my back on the body. The crybaby in the yellow panties got upset with me, that I was wailing so excellently on his increasingly battered pretty boy ninja stud. And by upset, I mean he threw a fully fledged tantrum of pure hope. The hope, my God. It was blinding, beautiful even. Or maybe the cotton isn't doing it justice. Okay, yeah, maybe that just looks stupid. You know, you try things and sometimes it just looks like shit. Let's call this my one and only fuck up in history. Well, my second, maybe. Second only to underestimating the sad sack wuss of hope. Who knew that such a simpering charlatan, charlatan, had such an outburst stowed in his curly bosom? Clearly not I, even though I had the information well in advance. It was just that surprising. It seems that hope power is overwhelming. Even to the clockwork man junk, it looked like I thought I could use my rainbow seizure field to overpower his massive gay hope bubble. Alas, it was my perfectly justified hubris which bit me in the ass. In the end, even though I'm sure I must have known this outcome was going to happen, it can still be worth it to get owned. Even if it means having a lot of esteemed hubris about yourself. And so the English boy deals me my first defeat ever since ascending as an invincible Technicolor time kid. I get dunked as fuck and land square on my bottom. I remain prone for several minutes, staring at the ceiling, blinking a bit, pondering where things went wrong in life, how I, the Lord of Time, could experience such woeful ownage. There is no bodily harm, of course, except to my incredible ego, which is a fate worse than getting broken bones. So I just lie there, thinking sadly, achieving some depression. I'm sure at this point I turn to thoughts of respect. Respect for the pansied ass, pretty-legged page, and his maybe accidental prowess. Okay. My throat is destroyed, it seems, but that's not even the issue here. I underestimated him. And admiration begins in my breast. Maybe I'll jack his swagger too, as he once did mine. Maybe after a lifetime of utterly deserved humiliation, sobbing, and spontaneous urination, he's earned that much. The clue here is that I steal his name. God, you thick, stupid fucks. Why do I bother with subtext or fine what? Is that literary? Okay, literary nuance. God, fuck God. I take his name later. English. That's me. Later. That's my name. You stupid, brainless fucks. Holy shit. You are dumb as bozos come. God. Meanwhile, Strider regroups from his trouncing and sees his chance to do away with me for good. He knows by now that he can't kill me, but he can do his next best thing, which is to banish my soul. He's hurt bad and is slow to use his pink soul killing spell, Avada Kedavra. Or, I don't know, I probably butchered that too. I'm not the massivest Harry Potter fan. This gives me time to rebound from my shameful ass whooping too, and pull my sorry butt out of the zone, or out of the own zone. So I get up and I nearly get the drop on him before he releases his spell. But then, what's this? There's a commotion. The haunting sound of neighs. Except they're robot neighs? That is when the horses come into play. The goddamn horses. How truly and utterly ironic that my very demise could be in the proximity of some horses. What? No, really, what? I didn't follow that. I'm still not following it, to be honest. I'll have to think it over. I'm thinking it over right now, and I have a feeling I'll be thinking it over for the rest of my life. Perhaps we all will. Wait, they should be robots. Hold on while I paint the horses to look like metal horses. Damn, the work of a crafty man is never done. So basically, I don't know what the fuck is going on, so I'm really distracted. I'm saying to myself, this is ominous as shit. Nothing good can either follow or precede such an event such as this. And then, that's when it happens. The sweaty, muscular ghost appears out of nowhere. I have no idea who he is, or where he came from. Judging from the face of the guys, they don't either. Nobody sees this coming. It is a total... What? Ambuscade? Ambuscade, sure. And, fuck it, is that even a word? Is this one of these gurgle gobbles?
Ambuscade.
Ambuscade. See, fuck, my English language is so goddamn modern, I don't know these ambuscade-ass words. And my skeleton jaw is dropped as shit. He pins me in place with his ripped muscles, and I'm completely immobilized. Sorry, fighting the urge to say the easiest pun ever. Or, it's not even a pun, it'd just be a bad joke, but whatever. We're gonna drop it rather than commentating on the lack of the comment. Partly because of the strength, but also due to my awe and admiration, I just can't move. This gives Dirk the time he needs to go and try. And do his flamboyant pink spell. He owns me completely, but sadly to Dirk maybe, it also owns the muscle hero. Both of our souls are consumed by the enchantment. I think he thought he could destroy my soul. But he bit off more than his fleshy skull could chew, so he used his irony again, and stuck my soul in his juju, exactly the way I stuck his buddies in my juju. The one I got from Yodelbooger. Yodelbooger. It's like poetic justice, I guess, except puppetry instead of poetry. So, puppetic justice. Oh yes, I like this. The muscle ghost came along for the ride. I guess his soul got trapped in there too? I have no idea what that means. Honestly, it is disturbing as hell. I'd prefer not to dwell on it, on its greater ramifications to my long-term existence. Maybe it's good, or maybe it's dumb. Maybe it's good and dumb. Or smart and bad. There are so many word things that can be used, or so many words things can be, so many words things can be when you're confused. There we go. I was confused. At this point, his beloved Juju is no longer a hollow vessel. It is very much crowded in there. Chock full of souls belonging to hardcore brawling brutes, and he knows it. His puppet is now a problem to do away with, just like my Juju was. So they do the same basic thing. They get their drunkard sorceress of void to banish the puppet once and for all, into the darkness. Never to be found again by probing hands of meat. Yes, never to be found. But not never to resurface. Excuse me. Oh no. You see, my soul is a tenacious one. I know this fact firsthand, because it has been inside my brain all my life. It is a real motherfucker, I'll tell you that much. The puppet's essence will flop and flutter through the shadows for eternity, surfacing in the nightmares of the unsuspecting, weaseling its way into the hearts of yucky, shitty children. And when its infiltration in that universe has taken hold, the seed will have been planted. It will pave the way for my emergence, to wreck my baldness to wreck my badness from universe to universe to universe. Each one will fall, and each time I will get stronger and older and bigger and buffer. Oh, yes! It will be time. It will be time indeed for me to get ripped. There you go. This is not helping my throat in the slightest. Now, if you excuse me, or if you will excuse me, I must put down the toys and ways of a child and confront the big things of becoming a huge man by dueling the supreme beast of my legend land, his serpentine eminence, Yogurt Boner himself. I'm about to go fight him now, so this is the last time you'll ever hear my excellent voice. I will duel and crush my slithering sexual snake boss, to finish what I started when I stepped my metal foot into this children's farce. I will do that because I want to, and when that is said and done, and you see me at the peak of a mountain of trophies, resting on my throne of prizes, I want to get to tell you that I did what I wanted to do. So if you remember just one thing I say, of so many great things said by me, then please remember this. I wanted to play a game. MSPA Raider. Mental breakdown. Fuck, I'm gonna get like copyright struck in for the sound and shit, aren't I? I gotta like say anything and everything. I mean, I feel like at this point I'm already fucked because this is super copywritten and all of that shit, but whatever, right? This is gonna be great. It's gonna be great in the long run when I have to deal with all of this shit. You know what? If I cared about the copyright infringement ramifications of doing this, I would have quit 80 plus hours ago. Oh, the screen says honk. Is it supposed to be like this big massive revelation that fucking Cal is super possessed and is the evil? I thought this was already known. Ah, finally. Scratch the record. Is that it? Is that the end? I assume. I'd hope. Okay. So I guess we're going into Act 6, Act 6, Intermission 5. Oh shit, Vriska's got a Vriskagram. Oh, I can pause it. That's cool. Ah. Hey, third wheeling. Dave and Carcat and the mayor being super cutesy. Fuck your juice! Ah, no alcoholism. Not on Vriska's watch. So they're totally dating, correct? Like, that's not even... That's just clear. Oh, it's weird seeing future alternate timeline you being super into that. And Ghost Tavros and what is that? Is Jane? And fucking Dirk. I don't understand what's going on. Things are clearly happening in this new timeline verse, but I couldn't explain it. I don't. This is what happens when you take massive pauses. I get the gist of it, but I couldn't explain to you what the fuck is going on. And now there's a cloud that has a sign inside of it. What's the sign? Oh, it's a motherfucking planet of sorts. And then there's a platform south or... I guess there's no directions in space, so... Nearby the planet in space. Where shit is happening, and... I don't know. Do I want to continue? Yay? Nay? Nah, fuck it. We're gonna take a break on that note. And we're gonna figure out the rest of this on another day, because... I don't know. Life is designed to be taken advantage of, and I'm clearly sick as fuck. I'm not sick, but I seem to have concocted a cold, and every single part of my what is it called? Like my throat system and my nostrils is filled with phlegm, and it is very uncomfortable. My nose is running thicker than... I don't want to finish the imagery of that one because no one deserves to have that thought in their mind. But I am sick, it seems, or responding poorly to something I may have gained allergies or I need a humidifier. I have no idea, but I'm going to stop renting and end here and maybe possibly. No, let's not get any hopes up. We're just gonna end here. Period. All right. So yeah. Lamau, goodbye.